In five, four, three, two, one.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Culture Overload, the realest podcast in the game. Where some real people having some real conversations, speaking our minds. So if you are overly sensitive, this podcast is probably not for you because we don't filter our shit. We barely edit our shit, and most of the time we just take it raw. But if you are new to the podcast, besides that, tune in for new episodes every Tuesday at 8 a.m. Just for you. I got it just for you. New episodes every Tuesday at 8 a.m. And make sure to follow our Instagram at culture.overload. It's where we keep you updated. And also share the podcast around if you like what you were hearing here and you like what we're talking about. Make sure to share it around. Maybe your friend would like it too. But going on with that, uh, this guy. So I got a little fidget cube or whatever. This guy always comes to my house. He just fucking moves shit around like
Literally,
every
bro.
time. Destroys my house.
I swear I think I have ADHD.
I think you do.
Do one of them ones, huh?
But
Anywho, let's go.
but besides that, welcome back to another episode, guys. I just realized we actually did not post an episode last week, and we forgot to notify anyone. And I'd like to sincerely apologize because shit's been hectic a little bit lately, and we've been, you might not be working, but our editor here, Abdullah,
Yes.
who does the finalizing and all that, or the editing, he got a little bit busy and shit's just been a little bit hectic here.
Yeah.
But another thing, since the shit's getting a little hectic and a lot of you got more time, we are doing. We're thinking of doing 2 episodes. I think we're already gonna do it. 2 episodes, maybe another short one. We're gonna call this segment Corona Chronicles, where we just talk about coronavirus updates, shit, conspiracy theories, shit we find out,
Just
how to keep yourself safe, how to keep yourself entertained, and whatever. Let us know what else you want to hear on that segment there. But let's get on today's episode. Today we're just informal. We're just chilling. We're just gonna have a little conversation here over some coffee. But honestly, I kind of want to start it off with I recently, the past couple of days, I've been reflecting, or not even the past couple of days, the past couple of years. I take moments, I kind of reflect back on my life. I'm like, holy shit, I'm a whole different person from what I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever done that? And have you noticed how much or what has changed over that time?
Definitely. Like almost every single day. It's maybe not every single day, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna say this, but usually when I'm driving, it happens a lot
Yeah.
because you always
You
you're
have
always
time to
no,
think
because
and
when
shit.
you're driving, you're like, damn, I wish I had a better car. No, let's be honest. You're like, oh, there's this problem in my car. I want to fix it. I wish I had a better car, right?
Mhm.
But then I kind of think to myself, I'm like, damn, like I actually have a car. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I can
So
drive.
that's
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like some people can't drive. Some people don't have a car. I'm grateful that I can do
Mhm.
that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then I'm like, alright, but I don't need a new car. You know what I mean? This is doing just fine. Next day, same thing. Man, I want a new car, but it's
But
a
besides
cycle.
that, have you actually besides oh, I have a car or all this, have you noticed a shift in your mentality and or
Um,
your attitude
I
towards
think I
things, or
think
maybe?
I think I've always had a kind of mature attitude.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like I've always thought of the bigger picture.
Mhm.
Uh, but I'm like growing up. Obviously, there's other things that you prioritize. Uh, whether it's like games and stuff, or
Mhm.
hanging out with friends. Like even hanging out with friends, we still do that a
Yeah.
lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, but someone asked me that, oh, like why are you saving up your money? I'm like, bro, I'm saving it for the future. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like it's not. I'm not saving it up for anything.
Mhm.
Like even if I did, it's still saving up. I'm not just spending my money. Like I
Mhm.
know so many people that spend every single paycheck the second they get it. It's like, all right, that's fine.
Mhm.
Have fun with your money, but
It's
don't make it a
financial
habit.
management too.
Don't make it a habit,
Yeah.
bro. Because some people are like, yo, they're finishing up all their OSAP money. They're gonna leave.
Yeah.
They're gonna leave school with a shit degree, and they have nothing. They literally have no money to
Well,
pay back. They have.
that's also just time management. How people aren't being taught that. But I was just thinking yo, I don't know, in high school, I don't know if you noticed, I was a kid, I used to always hang out with the
The cool boys.
the gang, the gangsters, and
Yeah.
the badasses or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was thinking I don't know why I liked that lifestyle, or I thought that lifestyle was cool, because even when I was a part of it, I knew there was no future with it. I knew there was if you're in drugs or like if you're drug dealing or if you're in that lifestyle of just being on the streets and all that shit, like obviously you're gonna be either dead or in jail one day. But like I don't know, I've noticed like I was just reflecting. I was like, yo, like in high school, I was such a different person. Like I tried to be this like badass and like this, you know,
Tough guy.
yeah, this tough guy kind of, and like I also like I never tried in school. Like I didn't think academics. I didn't take academics as seriously as I do now. And like I was just thinking, how, why, like even when I was hanging out with those kids, I was like, yo, I know I'm not growing up like this. Like I know I want a business in the future. I'm not gonna be on the streets like these guys. But I don't know why I still hung out with these people, knowing that you know they if I do hang out with these people, I'm gonna turn out like them. And honestly, I think like you remember when some shit went down in like high school and I lost those friends. I honestly think that was like the best thing that ever happened in my life right there. Like so like let's backstory. I was friends with these people. You know, we always like basically our life was we'd hang out, smoke weed all day, literally just chill there, listen to music, smoke weed all day, and then go home or whatever.
Mhm.
Or go to a party sometimes and whatnot. But then one time we went to, I think it was a New Year's party or some shit. And it's funny how ironic it was that happened on New Year's.
Yeah.
We went to a New Year's party, and this person, this friend, was like a hothead, right?
Mhm.
And that's another thing that I don't like. Like, I don't know why I stayed with these people, because like not even him, like the whole friend group, there was another guy who's also a hothead. Like whenever they drink or some shit, they want to fight or whatever. And I'm not that type of person. I'm smarter than that, right? So I'm
Mhm.
like, I'll try to get to a resolution like man to man, like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
talking first, right?
Yeah.
I don't like to go resort to violence first. But I still stayed with those people. But besides that fact, we were at a New Year's party. This guy gets into a fight, right? I didn't see anything go down. But, you know, we leave the party and we're all leaving, we're going to another party. He's like, you know, like we're getting kicked out or whatever. And he's like, yo, you didn't back me up. He's like cussing me out. I was like, bro, I didn't see anything go down. And then ever since that, like he cut me off because he thought I didn't back him up and all that. And I didn't even I kept on telling him, I didn't even see what the fuck went down, right? Like I saw literally the people just getting broken up and I was like, what the fuck? I thought it was someone else, right? But then I lost those friends and I was like, oh fuck, like it was a time of reflectance, right? That's when I came back to like the original friend group. And it was like, holy fuck, like after that happened, at the time I didn't think much of it,
Mhm.
but then when I thought back to it, I was like, what if that was like a sign, like that happened for a reason, it feels
Yeah.
like, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's like the one thing. It's like my mentality, I don't know why, but my mentality in high school was like fuck everything, like or
Yeah.
like that badass life. I wanted to be a gangster, but I knew it wasn't that life, right? It wasn't life. It
Mhm.
was just badass life. But now it's like everything from relationships to my mentality about life and like all that gangster shit. Like when I look at drug dealers and shit now, it's kind of like look down on them in a way. Not look down, but I'm like, bro, like I wish you could like wake up and realize this ain't life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just weird that I don't know. I suppressed that for some reason, and like you guys don't even know the real me because you guys assume I'm that still that dumbass kind of in a way, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But
No, it's not that. You're just like the guy who just smokes in his room and shit.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but like in reality, like I've just realized like in the past couple of years I've been tapping into my true self. It's like I
I think.
want to
I think.
learn
I
more.
think. I think since you left high school, we've been noticing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like no. Like definitely, because it's like, um, just seeing how much like work you're putting into school and shit, and like you're actually giving a shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
before you'd be like, hey, you want to hang out? You'd be like, yeah. Now you're like, no, I got an assignment. I got this. I got
Mhm.
that. And maybe sometimes you are linking other people, but it's like this guy actually gives a shit now. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And he's gonna get places. Like there's obviously like you have aspirations and shit in life,
Yeah.
which we definitely see. Don't worry, we do see. Yeah.
No, but it's just like to the point. It's not even that. It's even like relationships and shit like
Mhm.
that. Like my whole mentality has changed on that, and it's just so weird. It's like I don't know why I was suppressing it, but like now that I look at it, it's like people don't like people that knew me in high school. Yo, that whole me was so fake. Like that was not me at all. It was just
Yeah.
a facade, and it feels so weird. But yeah, what else? Like the outlook on relationships.
I don't know.
Fucking
I think that's like a really good story to come off on, and it's just how to get like good friends, like
yeah.
how to find good friends. What does a good friend actually mean? You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Not someone who you're gonna have fun with, not someone who you're gonna fuck around with, but
Yeah.
someone who has your back like 24/7, who like you're there for. Um, but just going off that, like obviously, like I've also lost a few friends like back in
Yeah.
high school and shit, and it's like, damn, like did I know deep down that they were gonna do like
Do you dirty in
do
that?
be
Yeah.
dirty. And even then, like I was at fault as well. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
act like I was 100%
Mhm.
innocent here. But then I'm like, yo, it hurt a lot
Mhm.
because at that point it was like a few of my friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I didn't have that many friends in high school and shit until after I left. And I'm like, oh shit, and even then I wasn't even that close with you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, I fuck, I'm on myself. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And
Yeah. That was
but
the
now,
exact same thing. Yeah.
yeah, but now like looking back at it, like yeah, like I wish I didn't like do it, but I don't regret it because it got to like I'm here where I am today because of
Mhm.
my
Like that
actions, right?
friendship,
No, no,
or
no, like just like when people say, "Oh, do you regret anything in life?"
mhm.
If I'm like content with myself right now and like I
Mhm.
know like I'm happy where I am right now, then no, you
Mhm.
know what I mean. I don't regret anything I did. Maybe I would have changed how it like went down and shit.
Mhm.
Um, but I have a feeling if I stayed friends with them, I don't know what would have happened,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't be where I am today. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it sometimes makes you think, like when you look at life too. It's like when you, it's like thinking about life in itself. It's like you think if one little thing was missing out of that
Yeah.
puzzle, one thing didn't happen, how different would my life be right
Yeah,
now,
literally.
right? Like,
Yeah.
what would be happening? Who would I be hanging out with? Like,
Mhm. Mhm.
imagine if I didn't lose those friends. Would I be in college right now?
Mhm.
Would I even be caring about life?
Literally.
Or
Literally.
would I be a drug addict or some shit?
Literally.
It's just crazy how life goes too. It's like sometimes, like the one thing I was, like I watched Jordan Peterson like lectures and shit, and one of the things that stood out on one of his lectures, it was like honestly, just figure out your passion and stick to it, and life will just figure itself out.
Mhm.
And it's just weird because like I feel like some like in a way like, and I'm gonna ask you this question. Hopefully I remember later. But like
Just write it down.
it's in a weird way, like it's like even with my architecture shit, right? Like
Mhm.
I wanted to get into real estate investing,
Mhm.
and I wanted to get into real estate developing. But I was like, okay, I'll get an architecture degree so I can just be the designer or whatever.
Mhm.
And it's so weird. I chose that, and I randomly just selected a program that had architecture in it.
Yeah.
And then it turned out to be a program perfect for what I want because it teaches you everything
Mhm.
from not even just design. It teaches you like the management of the project itself, um, and the facility management later on. So it teaches you everything you need to learn about like development. But and like that also makes me think like the question that I wanted to ask you was, and it was asked in my philosophy class, and that's why I kind of like
Mhm.
it was like a weird, it like really stuck to me. It was like mind blow, mind blowing question kind of, if you really get to thinking about it. But do you think everything in life happens for a reason? If you like deep down really think about it, do you think everything happens for a reason? And I'll tell you what my answer was.
Damn, I never really thought about it. I think everything has a consequence, whether it's positive or negative, and then from that, it's like, what was like the ulterior motive? What was the other reason behind it? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um, like going back to my story, like the only one I can think of at the moment is like, um, did I know like going into that I was gonna end up today where I am? No.
Mhm.
But now looking back at it, I'm like, maybe it did have a reason behind it. It did happen
Yeah.
for a reason. Um, but it didn't just happen. You know what I mean? Like it was,
There's a cause and effect.
yeah.
Well, my answer like it was like a question. It was just like, do things just happen for a reason? So I was like, I just answered. I was like, I think things just happen, and we find a reason for them.
Yeah,
Like life just goes on.
I can see that. Yeah.
But also, it's like thinking about that. Like obviously, there's a cause and effect. It's like what if something like what if like if you think about it, like with me being here in Canada, like I don't know if you ever like like what's really your background story? Really, like your parents came here
My dad came here with
and then where did they meet?
uh my parents.
Yeah.
Like I think back home, like they were in like a little community, like they
Mhm.
already knew each
Oh,
other.
okay.
Yeah, and then my dad came here like fleeing war and shit, like
Mhm.
back in like what, like 1980
Mhm.
something. You know what I mean? Like very close to when I was born actually.
Mhm.
And he married my mom, and then my mom came here, and then they started a life here. But like before then, um, my dad came with a lot of the family friends that we have now. You know, like
Mhm.
my cousins.
Yeah.
You know how you guys always make fun of me because I call them my cousins.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but they're just family friends. But like we literally grew up with each other, right?
Mhm.
So my dad grew up in Iraq, in
Mhm.
Kirkuk. So did with my mom,
Mhm.
which is basically a region in Iraq, which speaks Turkmen. You know, which I usually tell people I speak Turkish. Like I'm
Mhm.
from, like where they're like, where are you from? I'm usually like, I'm Turkey, right?
Mhm.
Because if I say I'm Iraqi and they're like, oh, do you know Arabic? And I say no, that's so weird.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
Like they look at me weird. I'm like, oh,
Okay.
you know what I mean? And then so if I just say Turkey, like I can speak Turkish a little bit, so I'm like that works.
But
You know
like,
what I
do you
mean?
think like it's just crazy to think like if one thing didn't happen, like wouldn't if your parents didn't meet or
Oh, I think
some
about
shit
it all
like
the time.
happened?
I think about no, like even like with my dad in the war. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if anything happened to him, like I wouldn't be here right now. Let's be
Yeah.
honest,
It's
100%
it's
honest.
just crazy, and it's like I don't know. Do you think there's a reason why out of the millions of sperm cells, ours won? Like it always gets to me. It's like why me? Like out of everybody, why me? Right? Have you ever thought about that? Like it's like it just goes back to the purpose thing, like the
You know what
question
I
of
do always
purpose.
think about though is when like kids die,
Hmm.
it's like damn, what if like one of those kids was gonna like come up with like the craziest thing
Yeah,
in the world? You know what I mean? Or like one of them grew up to be like one of the worst people in the
bro,
world. You know, like
and that's why I tell people to follow their passions. Because what if you follow your passion? And first of all, if you follow your passion, you're gonna succeed and you're gonna excel in that field like nobody else,
yeah.
right? So what if you are working some shit office job, but realistically, if you followed your passion, you can find a innovate. I don't know, make the fucking newest batteries right now, like the higher density batteries that can make traveling and cars way better. Like that's why like a lot of it's like follow your passion too. Like maybe it's like you're made for something. That's another question. It's like are you made
Are you talking about like does
to
everyone have a like their
yeah, there's
destined set
certain
out?
purpose. Yeah. That like
Um,
I don't know, that question also gets to me too. Like and I don't know, it's like you can't answer it, can you? Or what do you think?
like there's two ways of looking at this question. You know, like obviously there's like the religious aspect of it, and there's just like the normal aspect to it.
Hmm.
It's like you can do whatever you feel like you want to do with your life. You know, like
But
I think it's but it's so hard for people to find their passion, their what is it, destiny. You know what I mean? Because in this life, bro, like we're given a set like we're giving set standards. You know what I mean? Like either you do this and you're successful, or if you do that, you're unsuccessful. You know what I
not
mean?
well, not anymore.
I mean, there's still a little bit of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Let's be honest. There is a little bit.
but that's why I also say like, fuck it, just do
Yeah.
fuck people, fuck what people say. Figure out what
And,
you
and I think
actually
and I think
excel
like
at.
and I think like this next generation is gonna be those type of people who are like, you know what, like fuck it, like do whatever
Let's
the
do
hell you want.
passion.
Because like let's think about it. Like a few years ago, like if you were told like someone you're not becoming a YouTuber, like, get
Mhm.
the fuck out of here.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But like now you look at people like the biggest people on the platform, like David Dobrik, Logan Paul, like KSI and all them. Bro, they did what they loved and they made YouTube. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
They didn't make they didn't become a part of YouTube. They
Yeah.
made YouTube. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. They
But let's
made
be
a whole
honest.
section. Yeah. They made a trend. They made a
Exactly,
culture out of it. Yeah.
exactly. And back then there was not that. There wasn't that. It was
Mhm.
like, all right, listen, you have a family to feed. You're working a 9 to 5 job in an office. You're doing this. You're gonna die without like,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? But now it's like, yo, like you can do whatever the hell you want. Like there's always gonna be someone that's gonna be supporting you and that loves what you're doing. And it's not just one person. It's not two people. You know, like you're gonna have people, but you just gotta get yourself out there and actually like
It's not
follow your
even it's
dreams. You
not
know what I
even
mean?
for people to support you. It's like do what you're passionate about, and then when people see that, like okay, for example, I don't know if you saw something I recently shared. I don't know if I'm gonna mention the name. Yeah, I'm not gonna mention the name of this person, but I'm gonna shout out what they're doing. They are doing like a writing business, like an editing like business.
Was it on your story?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know.
Yeah. So this girl, she's in high school that we knew in high school. She's doing like a business where she like edits people's papers and shit before they hand it in
Oh, is
and
that what
stuff
that
like
was?
that. Yeah.
I thought it was like nail stuff.
Oh no.
Maybe someone
But
else. Then.
this girl obviously she's like, and then I was like, bro, like I honestly just want to get the service because it's clearly like she was creative in the way she made her business,
Mhm.
and it's clearly something she's passionate about. She's obviously passionate about like writing and English and stuff. Like you could tell because she was so creative in how she marketed it.
Mhm.
So it's like just because of that, if people notice you're following your passion, some people are gonna want to support you just for that. And I don't know how many other people are like me that just like want to support people. Like for me, like I love supporting like you know like small
Like
artists
startups and stuff.
and startup, especially when people are following their passion and being creative in the field, right? Like it's like, hey, you're doing something, and it's awesome that you're actually like giving
Mhm.
it a go,
Mhm.
and that's why like I give those people support because I know how it is when we were in high school and we started businesses, and everyone back then was like, fucking, you're not gonna do any shit,
Yeah.
you're not gonna make money or whatever, and I knew how it was when people like kind of tear it down. It
Mhm.
breaks it. It does break
It
down your
does.
morale, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's why like it's like that's why I just like supporting those people, and that's why I encourage people. If you see someone, doing a business or something, don't be like, oh, what the fuck, that's stupid. Like, bro,
We also have a friend like that too. Like he's always like giving us a shout out and shit. And
yeah,
I
yeah,
really
the
appreciate that.
supportive friend, yeah,
Yeah, like he's the type of people who he's like, why not? Like why
yeah,
would you not want to support someone? You
yeah.
know what I mean?
I used to do that. I don't know if you remember like some music artists from our school and shit. I used to promote on my story a lot and stuff, but then I was like, I'm only gonna do that for something I'm really, really passionate about or something
But
like.
I don't even do anything on my story. It's
Yeah.
like I don't like.
I don't know. For me, it's like it's just that support, right? Like I
Yeah.
shared that story just because I was like, yo, I like this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna share it. Like I used to share music artists and shit, and I'm like, I don't know. I love to support them and shit, but like this music isn't for me.
Yeah.
Isn't so I'm not gonna support something that I don't personally like,
Hmm.
and that's.
That's kind of.
There's a different line. Some people will be like, "Oh, you're not supporting me" and shit like that, and then it's like, no, it's just like, bro, keep doing what you're doing. It's just, I don't know. I don't vibe with your stuff as much, right?
Hmm.
And some people get butthurt. It's like, oh,
Wait, you don't like my shit? I'm like,
yeah.
no.
No, it's just not for me.
Yeah, I can see that.
But yeah, I don't know. Like supporting people in their passion, and especially just do something you're passionate about. We say that so much on this podcast, but it's like I feel like we can't say it enough.
Yeah.
But let's move on from the passion. We always talk about that. Let's talk about like your thoughts about the future. What are your future aspirations and shit? This is kind of a get to know us episode, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So what are your future
Me?
aspirations? And man, I think I'm gonna drill you. Fuck it. I think we might have to go to the passion talk today. But go on. Let's hear this. Let's hope you reconsidered since our last chat.
Bro, right now, honestly, like, it's literally just finish school,
Mm-hmm.
and then from there,
I mean, you only got a year, so it's not that bad.
yeah, finish school, and then no, I think I'm thinking about becoming a pharmacist, like going to UW for
Do you
that.
really like it?
Bro,
You're man. Gonna get in a hated one today.
listen,
Why?
bro.
Why? If you don't,
Why?
If you don't like it, why?
Because
Why UW? You know you're gonna be fucking wanting to off yourself
Bro,
of how much work you're gonna have to do for that, right?
the thing with
And
me
if
is
you
that-
don't love it, why the fuck are you gonna do it?
Mos, the thing is with me though, like if I'm gonna do something, I don't want to be just the person in the middle, bro.
Don't
if
be-
I can, I want to be the best at my job. Like if I'm gonna
I
be working in a
understand that.
pharmacist, I want to be a pharmacist.
Yeah,
You know
I
what mean?
understand that, but if you don't even like it to begin with, why the fuck do you keep wasting more time onto it?
Because
You know
it's a
you're
stable
gonna
job. It's a stable job. You know, that's why. And
you can
I
you
think
can
no, no. But
bro.
listen. But once I get my stable job, you know,
Mhm.
like for example, you know how many like actors are actually
Okay,
doctors.
okay.
You know.
Here's the thing, bro. You there's not only one thing you can do. There's a lot of things that you could
And
be
to be
passionate about, and they can be stable jobs.
100%. But right now, bro, I don't even know what my passion is though.
Then
I
take,
don't
bro.
know.
This is the time. This is the time where you fucking lockdown time, bro. This is
But,
when you
but what?
dig down.
Like what am
Maybe
I gonna
this
do?
you need to self reflect. Like honestly, look, okay, this is.
But
I guess we're gonna talk about how I figured my shit out, and give you some shit about. But like honestly, man, I would not spend more time. Why would you waste more time and go to UW, which is gonna fuck you in the ass? You're gonna be wanting to off yourself for how many more years?
6.
6. You're gonna want to off yourself for 6 years doing.
Bro,
Imagine. No. Imagine
no,
right now.
bro, I know. I'm literally
Imagine right now.
contemplating. I literally contemplate it every day. I'm like, is it fucking worth it?
Don't
Is it
do
worth
it. I personally, as a friend, I'm telling you right now, take the time this year, quarantine time, self-reflect and figure out something else that you're gonna like more than that. Cause I know, I could see you in a white suit, right? I could see
Yeah.
you in those the pharmacy jackets, right?
Yeah.
But I can't see you behind that counter. So
Shit.
I don't know. So
I don't
this is what I did.
Okay,
Let's give you some. I guess I'll give you some
But
tips.
it's the thing with you though, like, bro, you grew up with a lot of resources. You know what I mean?
What do you mean by that?
Like you were always able to do something around you. Like you had a computer, you had a phone. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I didn't get a phone.
I didn't get a phone till high school, like a proper phone.
Yeah, but
I didn't get a proper phone till actually like grade 10 of high school. Like, bro, I had that Huawei, bro, the BlackBerry wannabe.
yeah, I get that. No, but I'm just saying, like, bro, you got a computer and you're like, oh, yo, you did like editing and stuff on there and
Mhm.
stuff. But I never had that. You know what I mean? Like, I never fell in love with anything other than just like being outside and like chilling with friends, bro. Like, let's be honest.
Who doesn't? Okay,
Bro,
man, it's easy to say that. Everyone loves going outside. Like that's the first thing anyone tell you. I love going outside and
but
chilling with
how are
friends.
you gonna like? How are you gonna like
Okay.
pursue something from that? Like,
Dude, okay, so for me, it's not personally that I had resources. It's personally that I tried a lot of things. Like,
yeah, but it's
Look-
hard when you don't have that ability. Like what was I?
you don't need a computer. Well, right now, don't you have a computer? You
Yeah,
can do research for like I don't know. For me, it's like I'm telling you that there is another stable job out there that you can choose.
100%.
Because I personally, I was like, bro, like I
So-
want to be in architecture, but I also want to do like 20 other things. It's like I want to do civil engineering. Obviously, business you don't need a degree for it. I would love to do like civil engineering, graphic design, web design and shit like that. I'd love to work in a business like a CEO or some shit. I'd love to. What else, bro? I would actually be a firefighter. That'd be a sick job. I would like to be a firefighter.
I want to be a cop. I
Or a
should have
cop.
wanted. I should have
Be a cop then.
But it's like I don't know, not anymore. Like I kind of lost passion with it.
Okay.
Kind of.
But this is first of all, the main thing that I was going to tell you is because this helped me like narrow it down was when I did the personality test. There's a website called 16personalities.com or whatever. It's like goes in depth and asks you like scenario questions and shit like that and how you feel about them. And then it kind of gives you a personality like because there's like 16 personalities or whatever, and it'll tell you like your personality traits and like what kind of jobs or careers you're like fit for, like, and that was like the one thing that was like, holy shit, this is literally me.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like the final step that like helped me narrow it down. But the thing that I did was like I just literally sat down and reflected on my whole life. I was like, as a kid, what kind of games did I like to play, like on the computer and shit like that? What kind of games fascinated me? And it was like strategy games, city building games, shit like that, right? I was like, okay, what else did I do as a kid? I like building like houses with Legos. I mean, a lot of kids like playing with Legos. Yeah. But I like building houses with Legos, and I made like I role played cities and shit, right? And another thing I did was like when I'd get bored of a toy or some shit, I this is what my parents told me. I don't personally remember it, but they would tell me I would literally take apart the toy just to see what's inside, and I'd throw it off the balcony. But like that was the one thing, and I was like, okay, that's what I liked as a kid. And then growing up, I was like, okay, what kind of fascinated me later? It's like, bro, even when I don't remember, I'm not gonna say the name of the whole channel, but remember I started a YouTube channel
Yeah.
in elementary school
Yeah.
and shit. And that was when I started like playing around with editing and software.
Yeah.
Bro, that's so I can't believe it's still up there.
Yeah. I still fucking like, bro. I didn't watch it in a long time, but bro, like whenever I'm like scrolling onto YouTube, I'm like, oh, let me just check like one of the videos out. I don't remember whose I was in one person's video. It was either yours or Marco's.
Does Marco still have them up? I think he privated
I think
them all.
he probably privated them, but
Maybe I don't need to like I don't know if like my social media presence is almost gone now. And I rate people. There's people that don't have like only go on Instagram to look at like pictures of like houses and shit like that.
bro, I
Or-
literally only go on Instagram to like message people.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes I don't have their number and stuff, and that's all they're on. But yo, if you look at my thing, it's literally all soccer shit. I don't follow anyone. You know what I mean? It's literally just for I don't know, just to see what's happening and stuff. Like obviously like the news and stuff that's
Yeah.
on there now. But I don't have Twitter. I don't have like all that other
Yeah,
shit.
but you kind of grew up like that, like
What?
without social media,
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
So it wasn't much of a change.
I
For
didn't
me-
get Facebook until recently. And
Yeah.
it's just like
You kind of grew up. Your parents were a little bit more down your neck.
that's what
a
I'm
little
saying
bit,
though.
yeah.
Like you know, I grew up where it's like you
Yeah.
can't really. I couldn't really do much.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, like I was literally at home 24/7, and then if I had the chance, I'd go outside and play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I never really had that option to just be like, hey, Leo, listen, I'm gonna get a computer. You know what I mean?
You technically, I guess maybe like the reason you didn't change that much is maybe because you didn't have the opportunity to get your mind corrupt in like high school and shit.
Oh yeah,
Like,
definitely.
do you think maybe if like you were bad in high school, you would bounce back or some shit?
Me?
Yeah. Like I don't know.
I'd love to say I would, but I wouldn't know. Like I never did anything in high school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like bro, like when you guys talk about like right now, like how like some of our friends are going out and shit, like partying. They're like, oh, like I should have done this earlier, but I don't see myself doing that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like in my eyes, bro, that's not something that attracts my my attention. It's like, bro, I don't know why you would go there and like it doesn't seem fun.
Yeah.
It never did.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you guys used to like do your shit, you guys would like tag along. It's not because I was uncomfortable. It was I don't see a point. I never really like. It wasn't something that I was attracted to. Rather than when people like go play soccer, bro, I was the first one on the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'd love that.
Yeah, so I think it was maybe because you didn't get your chance to get your mind corrupt. Because like back then, and even now, for some reason, like back then, I loved that lifestyle. Like, yeah, let's party, let's get drunk and shit like that. Now it's like, what the like? I'm just getting drunk with a bunch of strangers that I'm not gonna remember the next day.
Yeah.
What the fuck's the point of this?
Mhm.
Like right now, my mentality of that even changed too. Like, and I don't know. Maybe it was because I was not like maybe I was smarter than I knew at the time or some shit, and I was kind of playing dumb. And then I don't know, I went down the wrong path and I figured myself out or some shit. And maybe you just didn't have the opportunity to like, you know, corrupt, like, you know, go on the wrong path.
But
And
I'm
do
not gonna
the
lie,
wrong
like
shit.
there were times when I did fuck up and I got caught.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
But they weren't
And
that bad. They
I
weren't
mean,
that bad.
I mean, like yes and
They
no.
weren't as bad as to our extent of things.
I guess. But had I not gotten caught with what I did, I don't know where I'd be right now.
You think you'd do more?
I can't say. Like I literally
Mhm.
can't say because I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't-
that's a weird thing about life. It's like,
Like I'd love to say, yo, I wouldn't do it again, but who's to say I would?
mm-hmm.
You know, like, bro, back then what I did was like so highly looked upon. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It was like, oh, that guy's
Yeah, even
know?
now, like,
even now, but I mean, no, but like, what that I look back to myself, I'm like, bro, are you fucking stupid, bro? Like, what
for
benefit?
doing what you did. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what
But
I mean? And I got cheese because like, it's the person that did it to me, kind of as well.
Should we tell them the story?
No,
Okay.
I'm not. I don't think. Yeah.
Okay.
But maybe in a future episode when I'm
Yeah.
a lot older. But
Okay.
and it was like I was so attached to. Okay, let's go back. I was chilling with a lot of good kids back then.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like in high school, I
Yeah,
used to
yeah.
chill with that one group,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'd never reached to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a spare. It was one day, like a
Mhm.
spare class, and I started hanging out with the other kid.
Yeah.
And he used to hang out with a lot of. And I used to start hanging. Oh yeah, and I used to start hanging a lot with his friends, and his friends were
Yeah.
obviously into that shit. Right?
And us, yeah, it was us too.
yeah,
yeah.
and obviously like constantly being around that environment, it made it seem cool.
Mm-hmm.
Before then, I'd be so intimidated to even like be around
Yeah.
those type of people.
Maybe that's what it was.
And they were so, and I don't want to say they were so accepting, but it was just like they didn't really give a shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like when you're growing up, you're like, oh, those kids are the cool kids. You know, they're always gonna judge you. But maybe they did, but I just didn't realize it, right? But they made it so cool and shit, and it was like, you know what? What's to lose?
Yeah, I think
You know, and I think once you start thinking like that, and you're like, hey, listen, like, and obviously they were like the cool kids, and you want to be a cool kid. Who doesn't want to be
yeah.
like a cool kid? You know what I mean? And whatever happened, and
So that kind of brings me back, like when you said you started hanging out with the cool kids, and I was like, yeah, that's kind of what like the friend group was, and then I was like, that's what we thought was cool back then.
yeah. But now that I
But
look
why?
back,
But why? That's
But,
what
bro,
I'm trying to get at. Is why did we think it was cool?
because
like,
bro, our music that we listen to, the movies that we watch, the shows that we watch, the
I
people
was
that,
thinking that. Yeah.
bro, it's literally everything is oriented towards that hood life.
yeah.
You know, it's something that it's weird because the people like that are doing it are like telling people not to do it because it's not cool and stuff. But they're also like they're also flexing it. You know what I mean?
That's
they're
what I was
also-
thinking about the rap thing.
They're
yeah.
also like praising it in a way where it's like you can do what I could do, but then they're also like
No, don't do it.
don't do it. You know what I mean?
That's why I find a lot of rappers nowadays like so hypocritical.
And it's like not just pick your mind, like pick a choice. You know what I mean? It's
make
like
your mind up. Yeah.
why would you in the first place praise it, bro? You know what I mean? Like it
No,
makes no sense. Like
no,
I get it, it's your story and how you got there and stuff, like how
Yeah.
you went through the struggle.
It's not even their story, man. Like half these trappers, what is their story, man? Lean bitches. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but
Like they're not even. It's not even an actual story. They're just flexing that in their music videos and
because
their
it
music.
gets the views.
Pop the guy like selling.
Yeah,
Like it's just stupid. And I've realized that like that's why I also like I've even music over the years. My music taste has changed. Like
Yeah.
I can't stand listening to like people like Future and Migos and
yeah,
like shit like that. Like
Yeah.
honestly, it pisses me off to the point. Like it's like, what the fuck are you saying, buddy?
yeah.
Your shit does not make sense. Why are you bumping it?
But then again, it's like it might people like find it
why-
attractive maybe because it kind of relates to their life.
Not really.
But some people like I guess some people
I don't-
could, but like not for us. You know, that's why it's so weird for us.
I've been so pissed of like how these ghetto people have been like idolized, and it's like why? Like I don't get, like I understand, like as a kid we were brainwashed as hell. We thought those people were cool too, but now that I look at it, I'm like, okay, if you're over 18 and you still praise that,
Yeah.
I like how why, and it's like
And again, bro, it's the shit that we
like how is Cardi B? Like, bro, I honestly almost unfollowed World Star and Six Balls like 20 times. Every time I saw Cardi B, I'm like, bro, I am tired of seeing these dumb fucking people. Because they keep posting dumb fucking people, man. Like, I'm like, if I follow them and they keep posting this, am I technically not supporting them?
Yeah.
Like, when I see Debbie and fucking Bad Baby and all these fucking stupid at like Cardi B and her corona fucking virus with her nails
Wait,
like 2 feet long.
What happened?
I don't know. She was doing a fucking video. Coronavirus. With her fucking nails 2 feet long. Like, bitch, cut those fucking. Oh my fuck.
Wait, what happened? I haven't heard this.
I don't know.
Oh.
Like, this bitch, like, she had coronavirus.
She has coronavirus?
Yeah, apparently she had coronavirus. And then she's just been going off on, like, after that, she's just been going off on her Instagram about coronavirus. Take it seriously, but, like, you know her voice. Like, you can't take anything
Yeah.
she says seriously. Like, it just sounds so unintelligent.
Yeah.
And then, like, I just see her on my Instagram. I'm like, bro, I'm about to follow World Star if I see this bitch one more time. Her nails too. Like, okay, do whatever you want, but why the fuck are your nails 2 feet long? Bitch, cut that. They're not even. Oh no, they were. The worst part is not. They're not actual nails. They're false nails. Why the fuck would you want them so long?
Well, and then again, it's like a flex thing, bro. It's all flexing. Like, and the girls like.
But why is she popular? That's what I don't understand.
She's
like,
a character, bro. I literally told you this.
That's
people
true,
are
yeah.
people are
We talked
attracted
about
to
this, yeah.
people are attracted to characters. They're not attracted to like.
But what about her character is so attractive? Like her voice, I can't listen to her voice. Like, me personally, how can people, like, what, are you entertained by her? Like,
Bro, I don't even keep up with her.
what do people find so entertaining about her? Can we please, like, Is there anything?
I
I literally have no idea.
I don't know either.
Do you
bro.
have any ideas?
No, because I don't like. I don't.
Can you be
listen to her
devil's
shit.
advocate for once,
Fuck,
please?
okay, let me try to think. Oh wait, one thing maybe just like, fuck, bro. Maybe because she's like, is she married to Quavo or whatever?
Yeah, but she popped off before that. They got married after, and they're the dumbest couple ever. Bro.
But the thing is, I feel like when female like rappers come up and stuff, like everybody supports them. You know what I mean? Because it's like new, and like when it's something new, it kind of brings a different light to this. No, it brings a different light to like the scene. You know what I mean? But I think once, like, who's that other one? That one other freak.
Lizzo?
No. Older than her, Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Like when I didn't like her either, but it was because like she was like one of the only black rappers.
Yeah. You know what? Though? You know what? Her music, like the past couple of years, like if you listen to her last album or whatever, her shit's was actually popping. But the thing is, like, yo, this is what this isn't sexist or anything, but this is what I've noticed. A lot of female artists sound the same. Like, I'm not gonna lie. But there's been 3 pop singers. Like, I will go through, like, playlists or whatever, like, new music. And I'll hear, like, 3 songs that the female vocals sound so similar. And even I'm not even gonna lie, some male rappers. But I've noticed it a lot. Bro. I've noticed it a lot for female rap or artists. They sound so like Cardi B does in sometimes sound exactly like Nicki Minaj, but Nicki Minaj sounds like her music is way better. I'm gonna say that.
But what are you saying, like, bro? But like, let's be honest. Like, I'm not even just playing devil's advocate or anything. Mm-hmm. But a lot of male rappers do
sound the same, yeah.
100%, bro.
I feel like maybe there's just more. It's just more male artists to listen to.
I can see
maybe,
that. But then again, it's like everyone's like doing the same thing because it's getting the clicks. You know what I mean? Like they're either posting the really sad songs or the really like trap songs.
I don't mind that, right? As long as you have a different style. Like Juice WRLD has different style from like. I don't know. Juice WRLD and Trippie are so similar, somewhat similar.
Bro, I think like that whole genre of music where it's like sad, they all sound the same to me.
Not really.
For me, because I don't listen to it.
Post Malone's shit is good.
But that's different. Post Malone is Post Malone, bro.
Yeah, and there's different. But he has a different voice. And then you go to Dave East, he has a different voice. You go to like Big Sean, they have different voices and shit. I don't know. Maybe it's just the singers, but I think there's 3 different singers. I think Kaiza or whatever. Who? The one that goes Kiezza or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Or no. I think it's just SZA or whatever. I don't know. But there's just a couple artists that I've like listened to like back to back their songs. I'm like, bro, their sounds like almost exactly the same. It's like, why? Like, I don't get it. I don't.
And then again, maybe it's just their way of following the trend in order to get a following, and then they can do their own shit. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's a lot.
But a lot of them already have established names. Like some of them, like the.
But how did they get their established names? You know what I mean? Like
they just had good voice. Yeah. But then when I started, like, even it's not even mostly like their vocals that are so similar. It's like their song types. Like Meghan Trainor and some other singers sound almost exact. I don't know why I'm listening to this shit, but like on the radio, right? They play this shit, and I'm like, bro, I can't tell the difference between these. But I don't know, like, it pisses me off. I don't know if it irritates you as much as it irritates me, but I hate when I see these dumb fucks like blowing. Like, why are these dumb fucks blowing up? Like, why are?
But I already told you.
And entertainment, entertainment. But like,
no. Like even then, but like since like I got my ticket and shit, it's like I stopped like kind of listening to like as much as I can. Like even that, I started going back to it recently because it's like there's not enough like podcasts to listen to. Mm-hmm. But when I used to like drive on those London roads, bro, it's like. I at times I'd be like, bro, look how fast I'm going. You know what I mean?
This guy, bro, if you guys don't know, this guy's referencing rap and trap to him getting a speeding ticket.
Bro, tell me it's not true, bro. Bro, once the bass drops, really. if your foot is not on the floor,
bro, have you listened to electronic music?
Oh fuck,
bro, electronic music driving, you might crash into a wall. That ass. But no, I wouldn't say it like that's the only. My issue with it, my taste, like over the years, but bro, like. It's so hard to find music that I like nowadays. Like, the only problem with those songs is they get so... Like, do you know that song, Ice Tray?
Ice Trader Gang?
No, like... Yeah. Ice Tray the Gang. Ice Tray it.
By Migos in them,
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Bro, that song made me almost throw my phone out my fucking window, bro.
But
it's like, what the fuck are you saying?
Yeah, it's like,
It's like I don't know. I don't know. Like okay, the beat's nice.
yeah,
Like it's hype.
yeah.
But if are people actually listening to the lyrics? Because like if you can listen to the lyrics and still not skip the song, I don't know about your taste. And I think a lot of like I don't know. Like
But it's different. It's
yeah,
like,
people are different. People have
yeah,
their taste.
everybody has their own.
And I feel like I can't like
because somebody could be
I
listening
can't-
to like what you listen to, and you're like, what the fuck?
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like it's not.
I guess taste is different, but it's like I don't know, when there's words, it's nice to make sense, right? Like
Yeah,
right? Like if
Yeah.
there's words that don't make sense.
bro.
You're-
Like growing up, like you know how like reading the Quran, like I don't speak Arabic, right? So it's very hard. Like if to me, it's literally just a bunch of like sounds.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was hard. Like I memorized a lot, like as I was younger.
Yeah.
But like growing up, it's just like it just became sounds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like my parents are always like, "Oh, how come you can memorize this and not this?" But it's because I don't understand what it means.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if you read something in English, obviously
Yeah.
you're gonna remember it because you know what it's saying. You know what you understand it, right?
You know the meaning behind it.
But like that's like me like you giving me like a Chinese sentence or something. I can memorize it,
Yeah.
but I don't know what the fuck it means. You know?
Yeah.
Like, even like that's the same thing. And I
Doesn't
feel
that
bad
irritate
about it.
you?
And I
Doesn't that
feel-
irritate you?
What?
Like for me, like listening to something and not knowing what it means kind of irritates me. Well, especially if it's in the same
Yeah.
language that I can understand.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, does it irritate you? Didn't it irritate you not like
Like, when I
knowing, just knowing sounds,
Like,
just
what do
hearing sounds?
Oh, like if it's a language that I know.
Yeah, no, you don't know. Like
Oh,
just hearing
Yeah,
sounds and like
yeah, it's like all right, what the fuck? Like I don't like. There's this one coworker that I work with. Like she speaks a lot of Chinese with her customers,
yeah,
but it's so weird because it literally sounds like a bunch of sounds. But then when
that's the
but
weird
then when
part
you
about
think,
language. Yeah,
but then when you think about it, it's like, bro, every language is just a
Yeah.
bunch of sounds.
to other people. Yeah,
Bro, that's so
that's
crazy.
so
to me.
crazy to think about. Yeah,
Like when I'm speaking like a language to my family, like Turkish or whatever, someone might be like, "What the fuck's he saying?" You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
right?
But for us, it's a language, bro.
yeah, we
Like, it's literally
understand
our
it.
communication.
It's so weird to think. Yeah, it's like
It's
when
so-
you're out there in public, it's like holy fuck. Everyone has like a different way of communicating in them.
Yeah, it's nuts. Like, but I wonder how like languages came to be. Like how did like someone just like I don't know.
They probably like okay. We need to figure out a way to communicate.
but
Let's
how?
make
But,
symbols that represent sounds.
but I don't
and then
understand
put
how
it all
like
together.
I don't know.
And started making words.
I don't
want
want to sound like a retard or anything.
yeah.
An
Well,
idiot. Yeah.
bro, I'm pretty sure like all of it, anything about like the world, just kind of like makes you
Mind-boggling.
sound makes you sound stupid because it's just so much shit to talk about.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think this episode's been long enough. I think we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. This was all over the place. You know, talking about our life, getting to know a little bit more about us, and you know, a couple tips maybe on how to find out what your passion is. We didn't get through all of them, but there's just a few in this episode. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for Corona Chronicles, maybe later this week. And yeah, it's been a good one, guys. And we're out.
Easy.